Hello, Adrian. Hello, Jenny.
Hi.
Hi guys, good to see you. Come on in. How many people have we got so far? Let's see. We'll give people a minute or two. Guys, I appreciate it's a Sunday. Some of you might not want to be on the camera. Feel free to turn it on. It's always nice to have a look at who we're actually talking to. But absolutely, I get it. If you're making your Sunday dinner or doing something you don't want to put the camera on, that's absolutely fine. But it is always nice to see you. Welcome, Eddie. It's nice to see you. It's always nice to see faces here. Right, so we've got 12 people still coming in right now. So we're not going to hang around too long because appreciate it's Sunday, it's the weekend. We try and keep these calls fairly brief, but basically what it is Mitch, myself, and Adrian are all part of the online business success that you guys are interested in. And what we're going to do today is just kind of basically talk you through the courses that we've invested in here and that's had success in our lives, and just sort of be totally open and honest with you about what to expect if you do decide to crack on and build your online business. So we'll start with Mitch and then Adrian, and then I'm going to take you through the basic training course that you might want to have a look at. And we'll try and keep an eye on the chat as we go. And whoever's not talking out of the three of us will try and answer in the chat, but feel free to stick questions in there. We're going to keep you muted for the time being, just purely because when people start asking questions, it can get a bit noisy. So we'll kind of do our bit. Throw questions in the chat if you have any, and then we'll, depending on how we're doing for time at the end, we'll throw open it all and you can pile in with questions if we haven't answered them as we've gone through. I hope that is okay with everybody. Cool. So,
Brilliant.
Mitch, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello there. Hello, everybody. I'm Mitch. I'm living in Portugal at the moment with my wife. We run a guest house. And I started this training several years back when our friend COVID came along. And that caught me well off guard because suddenly running a guest house and a cafe restaurant wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done with all my money. And we just didn't know what to do. And I came across this course from a guy called Mike Jakes. And he explained the whole thing in much the way that you're going to see now. And I decided, okay, I'll give it a go and I'll join. And I joined in and I've done okay. I've built 3 websites now, starting to work on a fourth one. And it's nice. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg or something like that, but each little website earns some money each month. They're each bringing up the income, and that combined with the guest house income we're doing all right out of that. And it's just nice to see how things progress because I was talking to Mike a couple of weeks ago and he's started a business working with his wife and that's starting to do pretty well. So all good this side, Jenny, all good.
Excellent.
Adrian, you
Great, Mitch.
jump on.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, my name's Adrian, and I joined much more recently than Mitch. In fact, it was November 2023. So that's, what is it, 16 months, something like that. I sort of came into this sort of online training because I've run a traditional business for over 2 decades in the rail industry, actually. And it's a business that served me very well and created a great lifestyle. But again, that whole old COVID story keeps hitting, doesn't it? And my industry hit huge downturn post-COVID. Do a bit of work on HS2 that I'm sure you've all heard in the news, that notorious project that basically has been slashed to a third of what it should be. So my whole industry was in depression. So I was looking for what's that thing, that new way to let's create some income, create some security for my retirement, where I had not really successfully put enough aside to retire well. So I started the training and threw myself in. I sort of had invested in the training program to get group mentoring and coaching. And I said to myself, do something every day for that whole year of that investment. And I committed to myself to do so, not hours a day, but an hour a day, maybe an hour or two, to learn something every single day. And I've built my business now. So I launched in December 2023. I made a sale in my first 8 days, and I think I turned over $1,000 in my first month, and it's grown steadily ever since, to the point where a year on, I can honestly say I've put in place a foundation for my retirement that I thought I would never have. So it's been an exciting journey, and yeah, looking forward to everything that it's going to provide for me and my family in the future. So there's the brief summary of where I've come from.
And yeah, I'm Jenny. So I basically spent 22 years in the Royal Air Force. I came out so I could spend more time with my girls. Qualified as a personal trainer and was doing sort of in-person boot camps and fitness stuff. But then we moved house a couple of times, and that business went crashing down to the ground. COVID came along, and all personal trainers went online. So I tried to do some online stuff, but it was really difficult to get heard. And then I came across this this business and building different businesses online, and I got kind of stuck into that. And basically 2 years ago, I launched really my first proper article, started to get sales, and through the affiliate marketing model, I started to earn more than I had in the military, and that's been a roller coaster of a ride. It's not been easy, but what I'm doing now is also rebuilding my fitness business, but using all the education that I've had here, building courses. I've launched an Etsy store, I've got some books on Amazon, all through the training here. So in so many times you'll find courses to work online, and there's that you just do this and you just do that and you just do that, but sort of what's here is can offer you all the different ways of earning an income online in kind of one place, which means you're working with the same coaches and the same people and the same community, and it's just, for me, it's it's a really nice place to be. So if you are interested in getting started, there is the very basic starter course, which basically kind of introduces you to this whole community and the basic it's called a 7-day fast start, and it'll just take you through potential online business opportunities that you might like to give a try to. As I said, I've done Amazon, Etsy, and affiliate marketing, so you can have a look at those and see where you want to start off. And even if right now you've got literally absolutely no ideas of what you could possibly do, where your skills lie, where your passions lie, because we're in this community, we're very keen to support your passions, not just trying to earn an income online and make lots of money online. It's what's going to drive you, what's going to be what you're passionate about, how can you serve a community in a way that feels authentic and integrity driven. That's really important to me. So what I'm going to do is, just bear with me because this is always a bit of a faff, is show you the Modern Wealthy course, which is the $37 introductory course, 7-day fast start. It's a real no-brainer in terms of what it can offer you, in terms of the stuff that it comes with. So let me just get on the right page.
Just to say, you have the opportunity to ask any questions, after the presentations and stuff, or put it in the chat. We're happy to answer anything you ask about it. We'll be very honest and open with you. So yeah, be prepared to ask whatever you want. Get maximum value today, because we're here to help and answer. So feel free to ask anything you like.
Excellent, good stuff. Adrian, sorry, just trying to find the right desktop to share.
And that, yeah, we're not all tech savvy. That's the other great thing. It's we come into this tech business, and we're not all very clever, and that doesn't matter. You can learn what you need to learn and get help when you need help from other people. So
right,
don't feel you've got to be a techie expert by a long shot.
Right, what can you see right now? Can you see my good evening,
Yes.
Jennie, or can you see my launch you?
Launch you, Modern Wealthy on the left.
Awesome. Okay, so people, this is the dashboard that you'll be introduced to if you decide to check out the Modern Wealthy course. There's different courses you can buy, but the Modern Wealthy, as I said, is the basic fast start course, and you get this 7-day fast start videos, and you can just basically go through them step by step, and it will introduce you to what is working online, how do you do it, what are the type of business models you can do, and Stuart, who's the guy who kind of founded Launch You, will basically take you through all these steps and introduce you to those things and get you starting to think about what you could possibly do online. What you'll also find on this is the opportunity to download this ebook. Can you still see me on screen?
Yes.
So this ebook here is basically what it is. So you can buy the actual copy of it as well if you want to, but actually you get that as a free PDF download, which is hugely valuable. I think the book costs about 15 quid. So even that book and the course is hugely valuable. Let's see. Going back to, so once you've gone through all those modules on the Modern Wealthy, go back to start here. You can also, well, in fact, actually, before you go through the models or modules or whenever you kind of get stuck in, you can do this new member orientation workshop, which is a fantastic live workshop every Tuesday, which will it's been done by one of our founders here, and it will take you through what it's like to work online and show you everything as part of this community. Because I know a lot of people, when you buy an online course, you basically just get shoved in this kind of pre-made course, and there's no interaction with live people. You don't really know what you're doing. You've got no kind of idea of what's actually happening. And the whole idea here is that you get that live call, the ability to ask questions. I mean, obviously, whoever's kind of sent you the emails to get on this course, we're always very, very, very available to you as well to kind of help and guide you and answer questions, which is why we have calls like this. But that new member orientation is a great way to get started through the training. And then you also get a vision call as well, just again someone you can just chat through to make sure that you're in the right place. It might be that you check out the Modern Wealth, you start going through some of those things and think, oh, flipping it, this isn't for me. I don't actually really want to build an online business, because whilst it's very step by step, the training that we do here, it's a roller coaster. It's not easy. Like, if it was easy, there'd be, people were having online businesses all over the place. It's very step by step, it's very laid out, but it's not necessarily easy. So you can have a chat to one of our vision advisors, and they'll basically take you through and make sure that you're in the right place. And of course, we've got a fantastic Facebook group full of amazing people around the world, like wherever you are in the world, and whichever, whatever your stage of life is, whatever age you're at, whether you're working full time, whether this is going to be a side hustle, whether this is going to be a full-time thing, whether you're building it around a family, whether you're a stay-at-home mum, everyone's in that Facebook group, all chatting and all discussing the businesses that they're building. And what you also get here is a lot of people, you start here and you have literally no idea what you could possibly do online. A lot of people start with affiliate marketing because you don't need your own products, you don't need your own ideas, you basically just market other people's products. So this is a very popular way that people start to learn the ropes. So there's an affiliate marketing 101 there. E-commerce, as I said, I've launched an Etsy store, and I've got some books on Amazon now. So there's an e-commerce 101 there. A lot of people want to know more about drop shipping, print on demand. You might not have heard of those phrases, but if you are, there's a bit more about that stuff there. And what we do here, we're very passionate for people to be building businesses that they're passionate about and that are going to sustain them well into the future, not just kind of a fast, make money overnight thing. And to do that and to help you, we have this Best Life Blueprint, and it's an amazing, it used to be a standalone thing they sold separately, but now again, they've brought that into the Modern Wealthy, and you can go through that, and a lot of people think it's a bit woo-woo, but a lot of people, by the time they get to the end of it, go, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so much more clearer about what I'm doing here and what it is I want to achieve. And not only that, Mitch, shall I go through the AI tool as well?
Okay.
If you want. Yeah, as part of this as well, because again, a lot of people get very lost about what it is they actually want to create online, or what affiliate marketing products they might want to support, or what they could possibly do. So again, as part of this, and it's a brand new thing as part of the Modern Wealthy as well, they've created this offer intelligence tool. Can you see that there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And basically, you start putting in there the kind of things that you're considering. I mean, I don't know if anyone wants to actually go through this now. I can't see if anyone wants to throw in a business that they're interested in. We could take you through it, or I'm happy just to.
If anyone's interested, have a go. Put in the chat that you're interested, and
we can take you through it.
Okay. Type in a topic. Someone type in
any topic at all of it, a niche or an industry you might think about, or something you're passionate about. It could be knitting.
Peter's just dropped in health in the chat. Jenny,
bit more focus. Health's a bit broad. What kind of health, Peter?
Yeah.
The thing with AI is the more specific you are, the more better responses it gives you. So
brilliant.
Good. Yeah.
That's good.
Shout it out to me, because I haven't got the right. I can't see. I haven't got the
diabetes.
Dealing with diabetes. Yeah.
Diabetes.
Dealing with diabetes.
Okay. Oh.
3Ds.
Oh, why isn't that typing in?
It's just a bit slow.
Dealing with, I think it is.
We're all quiet now because we're also keen to see what comes up.
Yeah, I said this is brand new. Like, I don't know if you've even seen it, Mitch, yet, or
Yeah, I've been
anyone
to
else.
that. Next question.
Okay,
Peter's going to answer.
who is your ideal customer? So we're thinking about dealing with diabetes. Who would your ideal customer be? Is that type 1, type 2? Is that children? Is that older people?
Let's give Peter a minute to perhaps respond. There we go. People with type 2, Jenny.
Okay. People with type 2 diabetes. Okay, so let's have a little think about the sort of problems they're facing. So how far down the line are they with that? Are they is it healthy eating, exercise, potential loss of limbs? Oh, there's all sorts of things with diabetes.
Food to eat, says Peter. Food to eat.
Food to eat. Okay. Let's put what problems? Wondering what food they should eat.
And if you put their menus and stuff. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
And nutrition guidance. How about that?
There you go.
Okay, and what results are they hoping to achieve? Is that to actually get out of being diabetic?
Peter's come along and he's suddenly the guy who's got to do all the work.
Yes, sorry, someone's been thrown into.
Cure
go,
if possible, it says. Yeah,
yeah,
cure if possible.
To cure diabetes. To cure their type 2 diabetes. Okay, so assuming that you're an expert in diabetes, it's now going to offer you, I think it's about 10 business ideas that you could put out into the world that would support that, and then you could use the training here to sort of build that business if you wanted. So we've got diabetes friendly meal planners, diabetes reversal program, diabetes nutrition coaching, diabetes friendly recipe book, a blood sugar monitoring kit, diabetes support community. So you create a community and support people in that way. Diabetes friendly snack box subscription. So you could start something like that. Diabetes exercise programs, diabetes education webinar series, all these things you can monetize. Affiliate partnership.
Which one do you? I'm just sorry. I'm excited. Peter, which one would you select?
Do you want me to sort of slowly scroll back through them again? See if there's any.
I'm just watching to see which one he shouts. Just type in the offer number, Peter. It's become like a quiz game, Jenny.
Yeah, I know. I had no idea how this would go because
blood sugar monitoring.
Blood sugar monitoring.
Where was that one? The blood sugar monitoring kit. Okay. So a complete kit. So this, so then you could discover how you could put a complete kit together that includes a glucose meter, test strips, a user-friendly app. Maybe you could design an app to track and analyze blood sugar levels over time. Yeah, so
press refine this offer and see what it says. There we go. There we go, Peter. Here's an idea of a business you can start.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them. Or was it just the one? Just the one. Offer 4.
Offer 4, yeah. So that's it was offer number 4. And then that sort of gives you an idea of the kind of things that you could put together and use this sort of community and the knowledge of the people here to make that happen.
That's amazing.
So it's just a really exciting new AI that we've included in the Modern Wealthy. If you're here, if you want to be an affiliate marketer, absolutely fine. You could still be an affiliate marketer for diabetes stuff, or you could actually start to put these kind of things together yourself. So I just think that's a really exciting way to almost get out of your own way. You have a lot of people in the community who are interested in health. We do. Other people are interested in family stuff, baby stuff, animals and dogs and cats. We have, I mean, literally, I think, Mitch, have you got the websites that we're going to share later?
I hope I'm going to get it right, but yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
one thing we have to say. You don't have to be technically minded, because I'm a living example of not.
yeah, the training here is very step by step, and like some of us, it takes, we have to watch it and then go through it again, then go through it again. As I said, if this was easy, everyone would be doing it. We don't want to pull the wool over your eyes and say this is super easy and you're going to make money overnight. Some people don't. Some people bail out after 6 months because they think it's just a bit too hard. Some people leave after a year. They've got all these amazing skills and they take it into their own workplace. But just to give you an idea of that modern wealthy, as I say, that's literally $37 and you get all that stuff in there, that will basically get you that kind of starting block, that step where you can start to think, actually, perhaps I know I could do something online. Maybe this is something I could do. Right, I could waffle on about this stuff all day long. So Mitch, I'll hand over to you, and Mitch is going to introduce you to, if you do look at the modern wealthy, you like that, you go through it and you think, right, what's next? I now need, the actual step-by-steps to build my business. Like modern wealthy is going to introduce you to all the ideas, but clearly if you want that hand holding through the process, then it's going to the next course that we have here, the Launchpad, is what Mitch is going to go through.
And so, Jenny, once again, can you see my screen?
I can't. No. Adrian, can you? It could be that I've got the wrong.
Sorry, say that again, Jenny.
Adrian, can you see Launchpad on the screen?
Yes, yeah, I can. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
can
Perfect.
you? Why
Yeah.
can't
Jenny's
Sorry,
too technical. She's got 2 screens going on there. I can't do that. So as Jenny was saying, the Launchpad is designed to give you a complete introduction to what it's like to work online. And if you think this is great, it's for me, then you jump in and you come to Launchpad. Now, Launchpad is slightly different. It's built up of 6 modules. So you can see here module 1, and it goes through module 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In each module, there's 10 lessons. So you can see the first module is a lot of introduction. It goes on to module 2, which is choosing your business model. And then it goes on to module 3, which is finding your niche. That's the area you're going to work in and the kind of people you're going to target. And it does go into a lot of detail.
Can you expand your window? Ricky's just suggested you expand your window so we can see it slightly bigger.
Yes. Tell me when.
Keep going.
Do that.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's good.
Is that working, Adrian? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Perfect.
you can see all the lessons down the side. And the idea is you work through from lesson 1, I sound brilliant, eh? All the way till the end. When you finish, you press next and on you go. But I'll show you in one of the lessons. This one is for finding out what it is you're going to do. So it starts with, here you'll see Stuart is the presenter. He comes on and he's going to give us a short video lesson. This one is 30 minutes. And he's now going to take you through niche brainstorming and explain exactly how that works. When you finish that, you'll see here's a thing called action steps. This is the homework that Jenny was mentioning. And you get a little companion book for each of the modules. And now you go through and you answer the questions that Stuart has talked about in the video training. So you watch the video training, then you go through all these questions step by step, and it's starting to help you find out what you're going to do online. And you download that booklet. You've got one for each of the modules, and you keep it. And so by the time you finish the training, you've got a written record of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And in each of these sections, they've also got a thing called reference links. And that's just where Stuart will take you off to some other information. And here's a piece he's written about finding out what you want to do. So you can download that and store it and keep it. And it talks about all the different things you might want to do with you yourself are narrowing your niche. And so you progress from lesson to lesson. So once you've finished that one and you've done the exercises, you go on to niche trends, considerations, all the way through till you finally get at the end where you're starting to build ads, running Google ads, Facebook ads. Maybe you're going to be an influencer. Maybe you're going to build it on social marketing, which doesn't cost you anything initially. There's so many ways you can do it, but Stuart's going to explain every single one. And as I say, on each one, there's all the action steps. So this is the overview of Google ads. You go into the action steps and there's everything you need now how to set up Google ads. So it's not just an outline course. It's not a telling course. It's a doing course. So you'll work through this and, for example, create an account on Google. You just set that up as a task and you go on and do it. When you've done it, you can move on. And so you go through the whole course. And if you're like Adrian, I wasn't like that, but if you like Adrian, you do the work as you go along. And by the time you get to the end, you've actually got an online course. Now, on top of that, there's extra knowledge. This is something that I know the most about because I think I was, as I say, a little bit slower. And here, this is the path if you just follow Stuart's lessons and you go all the way through. But if, like me, you needed a little bit of guidance, you come down here. I needed help with YouTube. I decided to do YouTube marketing. And if I click on here, what they've done is a deal with LinkedIn. And so you can get the key learnings from LinkedIn. So it's not just access to LinkedIn, but they've got access to LinkedIn Learning. They've broken it up into categories. And again, if I go to this course, this is somebody who's going to talk about how to set it up. She's written the course. 400, nearly 500 people have watched it. She goes through all these modules down the side, and you can watch them as often as you like. Go forward, go back, watch them in slow motion. And she explains everything you need to know in detail. And you can do that for personal growth, coming up with an idea through all these different topics that they have here. The other things that are interesting is, I find this one's really useful. It says book a call, but it's more than that. Here they're talking about your route and the whole path you're going to go through. And this was like my guiding star. You get your mindset right, because I've always worked in a corporation and it was different for me to come and set up my own business, have my own vision. And then it starts and takes you through your niche, your avatar, your offer. And this just explains nicely each stage that you're going to go through. You're going to prepare yourself, prepare your offer, prepare everything that you need. You're then going to launch it, build a brand, get the website and everything right. And then you're going to market it and get leads and sales. So that's all explained there in pretty nice detail as well. Now, Jennie mentioned at the beginning that we're going to show some examples of what people have done. And now I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I'm going to press a button here and I might get to a website, which I hope's come up in front of you.
Yep.
It has.
I'm getting clever here. This is a guy called Mike who started the training at the same time as I did. And he's done something really wonderful. He was working as a teacher and he liked taking the pupils on trips to Europe. So he'd gather all the kids together. But over the last 10, 15 years, the bureaucracy behind that got worse and worse and worse. The responsibility for the kids, problems that the kids had, health issues, having insurance. It was driving him mad. On top of that, he was going through a divorce at the same time. And then one day he just collapsed in school and it was just too much for him. He was trying to organize a tour through Germany and the bureaucracy just got on top of him. And so he decided that he was going to leave that all behind. And he didn't just walk out of school, obviously, but over the next 2 years, he started building up a choir business. And he is actually, I think I'd have to put him and the other Mike down as my role models. Because the first thing he did was almost as therapy. He went and spoke to everybody in his local community and he set up a choir practice. And they chose some songs and they all came to sing. And he said, okay, that was great. And people said, no, let's do it again next month. And he slowly, over the last 3 years, built this business up. Now he's teed up with somebody who worked with Andrew Lloyd Webber and that lot, and they write songs together. And he's built this website, which I'm sad to see, because his first website was terrible. It had different typefaces, it had bad pictures. But this is the business he is now running. And he's now got, I think, 14 choirs. It's just amazing. He runs these choirs. He drives to each of the 14 choirs once a month, and they have a choir practice. Then they download the music for the next. If you become a member, you can do that. You join Magic Voices and you're in. He's got a members area. You download the songs for the next choir practice, and they give you recordings in treble, bass, tenor, whatever you might be, and you practice on your own in the car, in the shower, and you have one choir practice a month. It's just amazing. He charges £20 a member, and he's got something ridiculous like 2,500 members now. And he's just doing what he loves, singing in a choir. It's just such a fantastic story. Here's another chap. Another chap, there you go. Here's another lady. Jenny, if one of you want to jump in and say something about it, it's not just my voice going on the whole time. Are you okay? This lady is actually one of the coaches, and she helps people find their niche and what they're going to do. And you can see here, she understands what she's talking about. I don't understand what she's talking about, but she helps people to activate their womb experience after their womb experiences life-changing shifts. As you can see, well out of my pay grade and something I don't know anything about, but she's got different packages that she offers. She's built this herself. She's got a lot of this stuff going on. She's got a YouTube channel. She posts YouTube videos. She does different things like that because she is passionate about helping ladies with womb healing. It's quite a narrow niche, and she does very, very well out of that. I didn't realize this one was on. This one's me. We run a guest house, and then what I did was take our experience of learning how to market the guest house, because that's the problem lots of guest house owners have. They just wish they had more people coming in. And we've created a course that teaches people how to market a guest house. And I've just followed the training on Modern Wealthy. I've managed to build this website. It's not the most amazing website you'll ever come to, but it talks about things that will resonate with guest house owners, takes them through all the stages, prepares all the marketing material, launches all the marketing material, and then helps them grow from there on in. There's frequently asked questions. People can come in and see how's the course delivered. It's all delivered online, and they can sign up and join. So that's a website that I've built with my wife, Vicky, and that earns us a little income. So that's the sort of thing we're talking about, that there's all these opportunities. And the reason why there are so many opportunities is if you focus in on something that you want to do. That's the thing that makes it work the best. That's when you get the most enjoyment out of it. Like Jenny, for example, I believe I've seen her on little YouTube things doing exercises. I've seen that in the last couple of months. Something I don't particularly want to do, but Jenny's out there doing exercises, building up her membership, and it actually is good fun, and it earns you some money, and that's what's key.
And I think what we're trying to do around all of those is not just, we're busy people, and a lot of us have got busy lives. We're not trying to replace one busy job with another busy job. The idea is that what we're trying to do online is create automated systems, maybe memberships, maybe things that are scalable, that don't require us to work extra hard. So the more successful we get, we're not necessarily working harder or longer, because we've created these systems that are bringing in sales, doing our marketing for us, 24/7 around the world when we're busy doing other things.
So now that's kind of the presentation bit done. Now, if you want to ask a question, there's two ways you can do it. There's a little button down the bottom that says raise hand. Just click that, and then you can come out and ask the question. You can type your question in the chat. You can wave furiously, and one of us might spot you waving furiously. But is there anyone who has a particular question? like always that part of the quiz show. Ladies and gentlemen, questions. I can't see any in the chat. I'm looking through. Jenny, there's Jenny in Cape Town. Peter, any questions about your diabetes plan idea? Peter, what are the costs after the 37? Okay. There's two ways that you can do it, and help me if I get it wrong, Adrian and Jenny. You can buy the course and have access to all of the material for a year, and I think that's $997. Or you can make an initial payment and then pay it monthly after that across the period, for however you like. That's the one I did, and I'm still a member. I think the initial payment is around 150 or 190. I can't remember exactly. And then it goes down to, I think it's 100 a month or 150 a month after that. And you can run that for as long as you like. So there is obviously a benefit to be had by buying 12 months up front. But if you're not 100% sure and you want to just test the waters, just buy it monthly. And the same as what Jenny was saying about the modern wealthy, if you've got 30 days to get your money back. So I always tell people, when you join in, just make a note in your diary after 25 days to be sure, in case it's a weekend or something. I don't know if it makes a difference, but that's how I still think, analog. And then just decide. So, once you're working through it, you think, okay, is this something for me? If it is, great. If it's not, ask for your money back. The whole community works on people that are working to build something together. They're not trying to skin you out of 37 pounds. It just doesn't make sense. $37.
And there's also a lot of one as well.
I think the other aspect. Go on, Jenny.
Sorry, Adrian.
I think the other aspect that I thought about when you presented with costs, that costs a lot, and I see it more as investment, but investment not in a product or in a but in investment in yourself, and that's what I found so empowering, is that yes, I bought that training, but then I put myself through that training, and I came out the other side as an expert marketer, somebody who had skills now, who can make money online. And so the investment is, previously I had invested in property just before the crash in 2008. I lost tens of thousands, so there's things you can do investing in a system or a product or whatever. But this is, for me, is so much more powerful, because you invest in yourself and you become the powerhouse to make money in the future, not some system or some product that may go up or down. You become the powerhouse, which is, I found, the most exciting thing.
Also, what John Thwaites used to say is, it's funny how, I think it was John who said, it's funny how we never want to invest in ourselves. You went to university, and probably a lot of people did. I didn't, but you pay quite a substantial amount to go to university, and that's the last time you invest in yourself. But there's still a lot of people who will spend the same amount of money on a new iPhone. And it's just another way of looking at it. You'll buy the new latest and greatest iPhone, but you won't complete a whole course about earning online because of financial things. It's just a different way of looking at it. I was hesitant.
Peter's asked in the chat, how soon did you start making money after doing the course? Well, I think the answer to that is it'll be different for everybody. As Jenny sort of touched on earlier, some may learn and take quite some time to launch their business. As in anything in life, what you put in, you get out. I mean, my own personal story is, I did it quite quick. When I started, I'd actually got my first business launched inside the first month, on day 28 of that. And what do I mean by a business? For me, it was launching my first YouTube campaign to promote. I became an affiliate of Launch You. So I was promoting, the Modern Wealthy and the other courses. And so I started that in 28 days, and I made my first sale of $37 8 days after that. That was December 2024. And then January.
I took 7 months.
Okay. So there you have it. It's a different journey for everybody. At the end of the day, Jim, Mitch has come out just as well on the other side. I just happened to do it a bit quicker. And in my first month, then January, so it was January a year ago, I turned over $1,000. So from a $37 sale in December, it was $1,000 in January, and in February it was 2,000, in March it was 3,000. So I just saw sort of steady growth. So in answer to your question, it is very variable, but you know what you put in, you get out. Really, that's my experience anyway.
And it does depend on the sort of business you want to build as well. Like if you're going down the affiliate marketing route, then it is generally quite, quite quick once you get an ad that's working for you. You know, when you decide you're going to market on Instagram or YouTube or via blogs, which is my personal preference, or however you want to do it. Then if it's affiliate marketing, then it's generally a bit quicker. But actually, if it's you building your own business, it could take a lot longer, because if you're the one building the courses, you're the one writing the books, you're the one doing everything, and then you're marketing, and then it depends on, if you're going to bring other people in to help you, whether you're going to outsource some of that work. Some people are doing it full time, like we've got a lot of retirees in the community who are, they've retired and they're doing this full time. We've got mums and corporate people who are literally doing this at weekends and in the evenings. So obviously, if you're working, an hour or two in the evenings and a couple of hours at weekends, it's going to take longer. And that's what, you've got to,
what
be
do you
honest.
what do you do, Jenny? Because I know Adrian still runs his business. I still run the guest house. So, I get up at about 6 in the morning and I put in some time, but by 8 o'clock, I'm cooking breakfast. And I'm hoping that in 2 or 3 years, I can afford to stop doing this. But I cook breakfast and stuff and chat to guests till about 11. Then my wife and I do the rooms. And then I can do some work in the afternoon. And then at 6:30 again, I'm down in the kitchen and I do dinners. So I'm running that job. I know Adrian's got the job consulting for the railways. So I think John's the only person I know. He's 67 now. He's retired. He's the only person I know who's doing this and only this full time.
Oh, I see we've got a hand raised. Ricky, did you want to unmute yourself and come on out? I think, can you unmute yourself, or do we have to do that? Oh, you can do it. Excellent.
He does it, yeah.
Yeah, hello, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hello, thank you, Mitch, Jenny, Adrian, and hello to the rest. Well, I have a question relating to what you were talking about right now. I mean, in my case, for example, I have a busy life, which leaves me very little time off, as you would say, which my 8-year-old son sucks most of it. So my question would be, how long would it take to complete the initial $37 course, introductory or whatever? And if you decided to go to the advanced course, how long would it take to complete that, and how long would you have access to, knowing that you don't have much time to dedicate to it?
Yeah, so the Modern Wealthy, I'm not too sure how many hours the Modern Wealthy is, that course, but as I say, it's a 7-day fast start. That's not 7 days full time. That's probably, maybe an hour or two a day. You can probably get through the majority of that, I would say. The Launchpad, you have access to Launchpad if you especially if you go for the 1-year deal, you get access to that for a year. If you're just paying monthly, you just get access to it until you stop paying monthly. But generally it's a year. And then there are, beyond that, if there are coaches in the community, that you can get some one-to-one or one-to-group coaches, which kind of speed things up. Again, depends on how fast you want to work through the training and how much you can handle by yourself and how much guidance you want, really. But it's how long is a piece of string, really. It's really difficult because, again, it depends on where you're coming from, what your knowledge is, how quickly you pick up some of you don't need tech skills to be here. I had 0 when I came here. But some of it is, it's not easy to pick up. You literally watch the videos, and I'm watching them on slow-mo, then I'm trying to go into my stuff, doing it, pausing it again, rewinding it, going over it again, doing it on my stuff. So it can take a while. So I think for most people, if they're working, have busy lives, like I have, I have 2 kids. My life is generally very busy, driving them around and doing family admin and doing my health and fitness business as well. So it does take time to do that. But once you've got an ad working, like I once I had my first ad working, I was doing 15 minutes a day on my business. You know, I was very little, just checking my ads and things are working, and then maybe a couple of hours on one day a week, just doing some newsletters and bits and pieces. So
yeah, the other thing, Ricky, is that the Launchpad, the Modern Wealthy, is a one-off payment and it doesn't expire.
yeah.
That's 37, and you can take as long as you like to go through that. It never expires. The Launchpad is different. That's monthly or for a year.
Yeah.
And I mean, my experience was, as Mitch has said, working in my career, my railway career. So I didn't have lots of time to spare. But what I did say to myself is just be consistent, do something every day. So some days I had more time, sometimes I had less. On average, an hour or two a day. And you can certainly get through the training. I think I got through the modules in about 3 months doing it that way, but it was consistent. So, you know, let's say an hour or two, I did one of the lessons. You know, so for me, it was 3 months. But I think the way that you sort of devise the whole training system is that, you know, you've got a whole year to get through that, and you certainly, as long as you do it, you can certainly do it in a year and on a very part-time basis. It's not designed as a full-time course because the vast majority of us just don't have full-time for a whole host of reasons, whether it's family, whether it's career, or you know, all kinds of things. So that's my experience, and you could certainly, as I say, because I got to my first business in 28 days. I'd not even got through the Launchpad by then. I was only partway through Launchpad, but alongside of that, I'd learned how to market on YouTube through an 8-week training program that they did. And you know, you can do it quite quick in a little bit of time every day. For me, consistency was important. Don't do something for 1 week, take 3 weeks off, do a bit more. You won't get. I'm a great believer in building momentum in business, and if you do a little bit every day. Doesn't have to be 10 hours, but make sure you do it an hour, do it every day, and you'll make great progress. That's really my experience anyway.
Mm. We do have
golf for ladies. Sorry, Jenny. Golf for ladies got a question.
Yes, my name is Hoda. Golf for lady is my email because I golf. I'm a crazy golfer. My situation is totally different, opposite. I was contacted by newcomers to the country. I speak 4 languages, by the way. My mom is Swedish. My father is Lebanese. Both of them were in Araraquara, Brazil. And now we're in Canada. So when newcomers come to this country, particularly from war zone, my heart feels, especially children. So I started a course to all children that I can teach them because they don't speak any English. Most of them don't speak English, especially, I mean, they're young, they're here, they don't know the world. So I volunteered to do this. I've put programs, as you said, I am an education consultant. I taught for years and years. I do this. I never feel good enough to ask for money. These people don't have money, but at the same time, you want to help them. How do I get out of, I don't want to leave them. I don't want them to lose me because they're benefiting and they're really picking up, because I don't only talk to them, I take them out, let them to chat with others so that they can pick it up faster, whether English, whether French, whether Arabic, because I speak the languages, so I help them. The problem is now I'm flooded with these kids and I can't say no, but I need another course on the side, like what you're saying, to get myself, now that I'm retired, to get myself more flexibility money-wise, and at the same time just be involved with a different kind of a world than just being in the class at home teaching. I teach them here at home. They come to me at home. I've done my dining room like a classroom now. So I need some advice. What kind of things can I start to make some money out of my educational consulting? No more consulting. We used to work in Dubai and all the Arab world. I did school inspection. I actually worked from England. Ofsted, Office of Standards and Education in Reading. I was sent from there to go to Arabic countries like Dubai and Arab areas, so we can do school inspection, school improvement, teacher training. That world is done 10 years ago.
Now, what's happening here is now you've moved out of my pay grade. because now you're moving to where Stuart and his team actually do the training. Each person on this call, I think, has got a different calling, a different interest, a different thing they want to do. But I don't know the correct steps to get you from where you are now to get you to a complete vision and business plan. But that's exactly, and Adrian and Jenny will correct me if I'm wrong, but that's I think what the first whole half, it's about half of Stuart's training is about, is how to think about all these things, find out which ones attract you the most, and then how to monetize them. And there can be dozens of things. You could do your language training and record it, and then you could sell the recording, the recording program online, whilst you carry on helping the local kids at no charge. You could write books. I'm trying to think of all the different things you could do, but I'm not a trainer. I'm not qualified to steer you like that. I think that's my best answer. That's what the guys will do. That's what they do. They are the ones that are qualified. I don't know if you've got a different or better answer, Jenny or Adrian. Or...
No, not at all. I mean, I must just say, just well done on what you do. I mean, what a huge service you provide to your community. That's just amazing. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're a hugely talented lady. I'm sure there's numerous ways you could monetize your skills while still, giving back in that volunteer way that you do.
Yeah, hats off to you. Yeah.
And I think I'd echo what Mitch has said, is that the launch pad. I think some people come into this thinking, oh, I'm going to learn how to set up the tech, how to do a Google, and you do learn that, but it's so much wider than that, because the whole foundation that Stuart takes you through is, what are you good at? What are your skills? What could you offer the world? And it takes you through that whole foundational discovery period, if you like, to understand what can you offer, and then how do you actually monetize that? And that's the brilliance, I think, of the Launch You training, is that it takes people with their passions and their stuff that they're good at, and teaches them through a process of discovery how you can actually then turn that into an online offer. And as Mitch said, we're simply products of that system. So we're not experts in that. We've just done what we've done to move us forward. But the people who trained us are available to take you through that process as well. I mean, there's a lady called Sabine who does a Discover You course, which is only 4 weeks. That's brilliant, because you go through a whole process of looking at yourself, looking at what that could look like in a business, and coming out the other end with this sort of concept of what your business could look like. So that's the kind of stuff that's available within the Launch You world that you can access once you come into that place, if you like. So yeah.
Okay.
Just quickly as well, because I was going to mention this earlier. Whilst there is that very structured Launchpad course, you might have heard Adrian mention that he went through a challenge. There are challenges as well, which are, a lot of them are all part of Launchpad. You can go through live challenges. Sometimes we've had Facebook challenges, YouTube challenges, article writing challenges. There are some that you have to be part of the other coaching groups for, but some are actually part of Launchpad as well. So there's lots of dynamic things happening. There's live calls happening every day of the week, that depending on your stage through your Launchpad process, you can jump on live calls and find out what's going on. There's you're not just left alone to get on with this stuff. There's as much or as little support as you want, really.
So I see now that we're coming up towards the end of the hour. Is anybody got other questions? Just want to, something that I maybe forgot to say in the beginning. We are going to send you each a recording of this call so that you can look at it again. And, some people came on late. Some people have emailed us to say they couldn't make it. So we'll send a recording so you can go through and have a look at it. But just to alert everybody, we're going to go off in 5 or 10 minutes. Has anybody got a last question or anything else they want to ask? I can't see anything popping up. Just a few people suggesting that the previous lady should set up online English lessons and then sell them all over the world. So that's an idea.
It certainly opens your mind when you suddenly think you've got this small, you've been doing this, teaching to 3 people. The online audience that we've got, I think it's over 5 billion of the world's population have access to the internet. So you suddenly think you've got this tiny little niche, but within that little niche, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of potential interest. You know, it's absolutely mind-boggling when you start to think about what the internet offers today, and the potential. You just need to find that little niche that you can offer that's going to attract people, and then you can market across the whole globe. I mean, it's extraordinary. You know, your shop front isn't going to sit in some little back street corner. It can go worldwide, and it's incredible when you start to think of the potential. Very, very exciting days, I have to say.
Yeah, if anything, it's hard because you end up with so many ideas. It's hard to draw them into one. You're trying to do too much. You know, there's a when you start to realize what's possible online, it does get very exciting. I have sleepless nights. Even now, I have ideas like in the middle of the night, and I'll wake up, write things down, and yeah.
Biggest trap.
Yeah,
Biggest trap.
yeah.
I like Adrian's path. You stick to the knitting and you go.
Yeah, no, I know.
One more minute, please, just one more minute. What the gentleman said is perfect, and I could do it online. The problem is when you're teaching kids, the pillars of education is you want the kids to communicate together. You want them to lead the learning, to listen, to talk, to discuss. I'm not, I don't know if they could do all this online when they're away from each other. There might be.
Do you mean like we're doing now?
Like we're doing now. We put them in groups.
Which is online.
Yeah. No, pardon. No, in here, in the classroom, in my dining room.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, here's a crowd of us sitting around a table having a chat. There's people on here from the UK, from Canada, from Australia. I'm not sure where you are. Canada, yeah? We're all talking to each other. This could be an English lesson. It could be a Spanish lesson.
What I mean by the pillars of education, there's the 4 pillars is listening, speaking, talking, and so on. But then the other ones is communication, integration, all these things together. So I put them in groups of threes. So every 3 kids will have questions and answers and discussions between each other. I'm not sure if this is something I can do online. How can we listen to them when they're really trying to lead the learning? They're supposed to lead the learning. So we provide them with the basic questions and manipulate and so on, and let them talk to each other. Can they do this online?
The same answer to the question before, but you sound like a lady who knows about kids. Have they got mobile phones?
Yeah, yes, at homes.
Have you ever seen that kid on a mobile phone? No. I think most the kids live on their mobile phones. They chat to each other. They send texts backwards and forwards. They have conversations like we're having now on their phones. So if you got the coaching to teach you how to put the structure in place, because I even know that Stuart does that with some of his courses, that the people come in and then they form breakout groups. What do they call them, Adrian? Accountability groups. Yeah. Where you team up 3 of you and you leave the formal training, but you chat amongst yourselves and you've got guides and all that. That's exactly how online work works. I mean, Jennie, Adrian, and I do not work at Modern Wealthy. We do not. We're just 3 people who chat. Work together exactly like you're explaining. You know, I've had calls with Jennie, I've had calls with Adrian. We help each other out. None of us is employed by Launchpad. It's just we have this internet interaction that is hard for me to understand because I'm of an age of the telefax and the photocopy machine. I'm not of the age of the mobile phone, but this is what happens. This is how it works.
Yeah, but then what do you do?
Question.
Reading, writing, talking, speaking. You know, there are 4 pillars. So what do you do with them to not only talk to each other and problem solve, but also to read, write, so everything involved?
I don't know.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sorry. Got 2 things going on. I got someone going to ask a question, and I think Adrian was going to answer.
If I could ask a question. I'd like to know from Adrian and Jennie and Mitch, how much have you personally invested to get to the level that you're at right now?
Who's going first?
I don't mind. So if I think a minute, let's see. It depends, like, because obviously there are systems as well that we invest in. Like we pay monthly for some email responders, and there's softwares and stuff that we use. And once you know what you're doing, you can start using those softwares. So there's monthly payments for those once you've launched your businesses and you know what you're doing. In terms of the coaching here, and I've made that back, 10 times over. I've probably invested on the whole, and again, not straight away, about, let's see, just short of £10,000 probably. But then last year I made £150,000, so it depends if you're, but I started with Launchpad and then I bought courses beyond that, invested in one-to-one coaching because I wanted to have more help. So it's like one of those things, if you, like Adrian said, it's an investment in your personal development. We have lots of people who literally just do the £1,000 on the Launchpad course, and they go off and they're fine. I wanted more help.
Yeah. So it's different, Lawrence. I think it's your situation will dictate your speed, because the choir man that I showed built his first thing, and he only ever did Launchpad. I was, what's the polite way? I was still am financially constrained. So I had a system where I would never spend more than 10% of what I was earning. And so it took me a while, because I'd have to go for several months, make some money, then I could take only 10% of that and invest it back into training. And so that's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. And I've spent a lot less than Jenny. I think over the 4 years, I think I've spent about 3,000 on training. Step by step.
I'll come in at the other end of that, where I wanted to do it fast, and as you've already heard my story, I did do it fast, but I did invest right up front, and I borrowed money against my railway company, and I invested in what we call the gold program, which is like the high level where you get one-to-one coaching, you get group calls, it's the full package, and that costed me $9,000 odd, and you think, is that a lot? Well, let me just tell you, a year on, this month, I will get paid all of that money back, because if you in your course of your growing your business, you sell 10 of those equivalent courses, which I've done this month, I get all of that money back. So you can't really have a better deal than that. That yes, I invested up front. I applied myself to learn the business and learn how to market, and have made more than that money back just in my commissions. But I've got this nice little bonus this month of $9,995 to pay me back all of the investment that I put in. So just gives you another little perspective on where you can go with this business if you take it seriously. That's pretty exciting.
That is the affiliate model if you choose to be affiliate here. Obviously, a lot of people, like you saw the choir dude there, is not an affiliate. He's built his choir business, and he's now charging £20 a month for 2,000 odd members, and that's his recurring income. So it depends where you want to take it, really. It depends what you want to do.
I'm just seeing Catherine's got her hand raised and has quietly had her hand raised for quite a while. Catherine, come out and ask your question. Did Catherine just turn off? I jinxed it.
She probably clicked a button to unmute, and by mistake she pressed the shut down button.
Yeah.
There's an error.
Oh well.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catherine, are you back?
Can you unmute, Catherine? Ah, there we go.
Yes, I'm here. That was an error. I'm sorry. My apologies.
How can we help you, Catherine?
No, I said I didn't realize I was putting my hand up.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. That one's easy to answer. Your hand is now down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right. I think
I see Ricky's just got a question.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
All right, yes. Yeah, just one question popped out listening to Adrian. I'm guessing that the faster route to start earning money would be the affiliated marketing path by starting to sell the $37 course. I'm correct? Something
That's
like
what
that.
I did. Yeah, because basically the launch, you offer an affiliate program, and it's a business that's there for, it's there on a plate, really. They provide the website that you can then customize. They provide the training that you need to learn how to do a YouTube ad, for example. So yes, it's everything you need to get started, basically.
Ricky,
Have we lost Ricky?
a lot of no,
Yeah.
he's still there.
Yeah.
Ricky, a lot of companies offer affiliate programs now. If you go to a website of a speedboat company, you know, and you look right at the bottom in the small print, a lot of companies have recognized that instead of doing one big international TV ad, if they have lots of little individuals doing ads for them and promoting their products, it also works very well. So it's a lot of people do decide to become affiliates for lots of different products and just promote different products.
Right. Well, just continuing with that question to Adrian, because for what I heard from him is that there is a further route after that to start selling higher courses as well as an affiliate marketing, right?
Yes, I think Stuart in his training sort of talks through affiliate marketing, and there's as with everything in life, there are different you can buy a car, you can buy a Citroen C1, or you can buy a Rolls Royce. There's different kinds of products, and he always says the best affiliate programs are affiliate programs that have high ticket offers. So Launch, you have the $37 introductory course, but they also then have the Launchpad course, which again, as an affiliate, I have the ability to market that Launchpad course. So of course, I get higher income if I'm successful in selling the Launchpad, and that's all part of learning the training how to do that. But yes, that's what they offer. They offer the other courses, the other higher cost courses, and therefore I have the opportunity to benefit from selling those.
Good. Thank you. That's part of that I'm interested in. So yes,
yeah.
Thank you very much for your.
I think the biggest thing is, you know, none of us. I don't consider myself a salesperson. All I'm doing through my blog posts that I put out there is offering people the free courses, which is like probably what's brought you guys here today. We've decided to hold these information sort of not webinars, but web chats that we have here, these Zoom calls, just to kind of show people that we're real people making real money in doing these businesses online. But actually, if you do decide you want to buy Modern Wealthy, and then once you're in the system, you want to buy Launchpad or a coaching package or something, we're not really part of that decision-making process. We're not selling you any of that. People come in at the ground level and really enjoy the training, feel really part of this community, the quality that they're getting here, then they make an informed decision. So I don't feel like I'm trying to sell someone A, something that doesn't work, but B, I'm not trying to sell a higher package or even Launchpad. It's just like, no, you've come here because I've sort of said try the free training. Hopefully you've liked the free training that we've kind of delivered through the websites, the offer that you saw from us. And then, if you like the Modern Wealthy, you might decide to go beyond that. But, you're not down the line, I'm not selling Launchpad. Will promote Launchpad to you down the line if they feel it's suitable for you or whatever. Does that make sense? Have I waffled on a bit there?
It's a fine waffle to end. It's a fine waffle at the end of the call, Jenny.
I don't feel like I'm a salesperson. I've marketed Launch You, and I've had such an amazing life here, and I've been here for many years, and I will be here for many years longer because of people like Mitch and Adrian and the community of people around the world who are building these phenomenal businesses. I say it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's a work hard, follow the steps, find something you're passionate about and become part of this community. It's the camaraderie here is second to none.
Okay,
cool.
We are now going to go because that's a nice hour and 10-minute recording, and we will send it to everybody, as I said. So any final words, Jenny?
No, I think I've waffled on enough.
Adrian?
Just to say, it's an exciting world, the online world, something I'm very happy I jumped into. It's expanded my outlook. I still do rail. I still enjoy rail, but I'm happy to do that maybe 3 days a week and start to see the income from my online business. It's expanded my world, and it's an exciting future. So we welcome you to join us on the journey.
We'll see you around. Thanks, guys. Thanks, ladies.
Cheers all. Bye-bye.
Cheers, hey.